Welcome back, organic fanatics. Come down, come off the ledge, come down, come off the ledge. I got you. I come on, I got you, I got you. All right, so it wasn't our prettiest game. It wasn't uh, a great game to say the least. Um, the number one thing that we can talk about that game of why we lost, uh, it's got to be turnovers. We had 17 turnovers. 17. We usually are maybe 10 at most, so we're one of the best teams in turnovers or not committing turnovers. So that was our Achilles heel last night. We also only had 16 assists. So those are the two main drivers, in my opinion, that I saw that basically would have won us the game. It also would have got us in rhythm. 16 assists is not great. I told you, or I tell you regularly, we need north of 20, at least 20. If we got 25, we're winning the game. So ball movement was a big issue. Credit Cleveland Cavaliers defense. They did good. They're the number one defensive team for a reason. We were out and running. We were doing. We had our game in the first quarter. We were running, and they started trapping Jalen Brunson in the second, forcing some of the turnovers, cross court passes on there. Um, RJ was doing well in the beginning, so he did well. I know a lot of people see the game and some of the finishes that he had. They were saying it's not that great, but he had 14 points. I said if he's in the double digits, that's good, closest to his 20. He did what he did. He was closer to more positive than negative. He was -2. Probably doesn't look like that to people who watch basketball. It did look a little frustrating on some of the games, on some of the baskets he missed. He was, I believe, 6 to 7 from the free throw, so he was 85% from the free throw. So I think RJ did a good job. Not great, but he did a good job. He was defending Garland, even though he was getting cooked because Garland was on one last night. That was another key takeaway that I told you yesterday. Who's going to be the X factor for them? It takes Garland for them to win this series. The first game, Garland had one assist. I said assist or movement for them is also going to be important, getting the others involved, and that proved yesterday. Not saying that I was right, which I was right, but whatever. It's about basketball. Donovan Mitchell had 13 assists, so he wasn't going for 40. It's about getting others involved, just like it is with us. It's more than just one person in the game. So the fact that Donovan got 13 assists, I want to say I don't have the stats, sorry, but I think Garland also had about 15 assists. So you're talking about almost 28 assists just with them two alone, and we only had 17 as a team. So that's a big factor there. And then turnover 17. Julius had six of those turnovers. So those are things we can clean up. Obi had 7 points, one assist, one rebound in 14 minutes. He only had 14 minutes, but his minutes are consistent compared to the first game as well. He contributed. Grimes, Hartenstein, and Mitchell, I don't even think they had 15 points combined. So that's something worrisome to me. IQ had 12 points, but those were mostly in the fourth quarter and when the game was already blown out. But you can see himself at least trying to find his rhythm, so at least by the next game he can feel confident in the shot. They were also trapping IQ. They were doubling and trapping him where he couldn't find his way out of it or recognizing it soon enough. That caused some turnovers. He had a few turnovers himself. So those are the keys to the game that I saw. I'm looking at if they can clean up the turnovers and get the ball movement going. We should be good. So I'm not panicking. I'll come off the ledge, guys. We're still good. We're still good. Some of us were expecting, not me, but some people were expecting a sweep. This team is not going to be to where we're at and not fight back. So I still say 6, possibly even 7, because they're playing. They figured something else out for them to get others involved. They knew that was a key for them. The defensive pressure, number one defensive team. So these are all things that you could have expected from them. That's how they got here. Um, so it's basically even. They did lose home court advantage, so that's an advantage for us, being that we won the first game. We're tied. So what do these two games really mean? Nothing. Basically a wash. So now it's a 5 game series. So now forget about the 7. So now it's 5 game. We're even. So now is the first team to get 3. So we have to get this first one. Gives us time to clean up. We'll be at home. The mindset will be right. Traveling. Hopefully they're at the gym getting extra shots. Hopefully Grimes breaks out of this slump. He's doing other things, driving and rebounding, and some assists, but he has to have a double digit game. So that's just the key takeaways. Little quick video regarding what we needed. Uh, Assist and turnovers were the major thing. If we had half of those in either way, we win the game. They held us down to 100 to 90 points. They had 100, 107 and 90. I said it was gonna be 107 and change. Definitely thought we were gonna have more than that. Mitchell Robinson, we got to get him involved, pick and rolls or something. But the pick and rolls is where they were trapping us, so we have to have maybe Jalen Brunson do more one-on-one against his defender. They know that when they call pick and rolls for Jalen Brunson, that man that's coming over for the double team, they're both pressing him there. We did a little bit better with Julius. Once he did that he had someone he can dish the ball out to Julius, and then when they double Julius, he threw the ball and turned it over. 6 turnovers was huge. So, and I think we had a lot of hesitation. There was not much confidence on there. Hesitation. One or two times from Obi from shooting that instead of shooting the ball, they try to drive it in. So they're clogging the paint, daring us to shoot the three. They just got to let the ball fly. RJ was not hesitant on the three, letting the ball fly, but we saw those shots weren't the prettiest. So hopefully RJ goes back to the gym and do what he did early last year or late last year, where he was going to the gym and shooting 500 to 1,000 3-point shots to get that confidence back. So, RJ, if you're watching this, please go to the gym before the game. Right after the game, when you started hitting your shots, you were staying after the game and shooting shots right afterwards. So we need to get you back to that to get your confidence up. So most of this was just confidence and overthinking. So the fact that they were overthinking the rotation, the fact that they were overthinking on the assist and what shot should they take, let the game come to you. But because we had turnovers and not many assists, that led to that overthinking and hero ball and not letting everyone else get involved. So ball movement and turnovers should be what we're going to be looking at for the next game. So come off the ledge. We're going to do good. This is a playoff. Now it just shows grit. And can you learn and adapt? So this is what playoffs about. Team's going to come fight back. They're not just going to lay down. How do you adjust? How do you adapt to that? Whatever teams make the adjustment is the one that's going to win the playoffs. So now this is a full chess move, full battle between Bickerstaff and also Thibodeau. Thibodeau did go to Deuce about 2 minutes, but he went about 2 minutes too late. He has to try to recognize this is playoff where he has to make the adjustments. You got to realize when the game's starting to get away. One thing he was doing in season was calling timeout sooner, making adjustments prior to any type of big run. So if he can do that, implement. If Mitch doesn't have it, Hartenstein doesn't have it, hopefully we see a Sims sighting because he's a bigger body, help out there. So hopefully we can see Sims and Deuce out there. I think if they start getting in a run, he has to go to Deuce earlier. I know playoffs is more of a 9-man rotation, 8-man rotation, but you got to use all the tools you have that are in the shed. So I think Deuce could have slowed down Garland, especially in the second quarter. That's when they went off. Should introduce them sooner and help out Jalen Brunson at that time. So we'll see how it happens. Our next game is on Friday. Tune in with us on Friday, 5 p.m. We're going to do our live then. Love to hear what you guys got to say about the video. RJ, your rants, anything you got to say, we'd love to hear from you. So Friday, 5 p.m., Sunday, 5 p.m. So we look forward to hearing from you guys. Let me know what you think. Do you agree with me, disagree? What are your thoughts? I'd love to hear it. So talk to you Friday. Peace.